Well, a very good morning to you watching. Today is Thursday, and of course, 2 minutes past 7 a.m. Masika Tsime is my name here on Smart Info TV, and of course, Smart Men's Business. You're the making starter. I know it's just Thursday, and you must be thinking, oh my goodness, this week has gone so fast. The week of October, the month of October is running. Leaps and bounds, right? Like, those are statements we used to use in English composition, which is actually good because that helps us. But anyway, it is a beautiful morning, and we don't expect showers of rain anytime soon. And of course, it's going to be lighting up. Anyway, good morning wherever you are, and please, if you've not yet set yourself for the day, please get out. Kabam your bed cover, kabam your bed sheets. Get up, get running. It's good actually to have something to keep you busy during the day. You know, when you're idle, an idle mind is the devil's workshop, you know. So you think other things. So definitely not to worry. And of course, today we have a lot more in store for you. So stick around. Don't forget that our conversations, our talks are proudly brought to you by Zabo. So if you want to invest in government bonds and securities, Zabo says, look no further. All you need to do is reach out to them. Whether they have a smartphone, whether they have a button phone, just dial *292#. That is the USSD code. And you can sell, you can buy, you can go straight to the bonds, you can learn about the products, the maturity periods as well. So learn about Zabo if you reach out to *292#. So investment is as low as 15,000 Uganda shillings. You could choose to invest 15,000 Uganda shillings or more, depending on your pockets, depending on how much you want to your return on investment to be like. But anyway, opening time is 8:15 a.m. That is an hour and some few minutes from now till 3:15 p.m. And today being a Thursday, Zabo is fully operational from Monday to Friday, except for public holidays and weekends. And of course, they are proudly powered by Otex Africa, telling you to do something new. It's a new month of October, and Zabo says your money is your future. Well, of course, our day's topic is going to be rotating around, Capital Kitchen. I know most of you have heard stories about it. It's been trending all over, and so that brings us to our topic of discussion today, the state of the scam culture in our country, Uganda. I know some of you are fallen victim. I know some years back, I know someone close to me that fell victim of such. And in those days, they used to call you, oh, we are calling you, get a book right about now, start writing. How many children do you have? And deposit 10,000 right about now, you're going to get 1 million shillings. The desperacy that comes with that is really devastating. But anyway, you have to keep a sharp mind. You have to know which is which, okay? In case you did know, there are red flags also of knowing if the company that you're dealing in, investing in, is actually liable or secure, or you're just investing in air, like Pagana say, like. So, but what most people do, they do invest in just a year or a few months to get out the money. So they're like, you know what, kabuse. But of course, many people have fallen victims. Millions, actually thousands of people have lost in their money there. And of course, I don't know why you would actually invest in such things. But anyway, looking at the culture, the scam culture, we've seen a number of companies in Uganda actually have an impact on our day-to-day people, and them having invested huge sums of money, and then the company is non-existent or it is not registered. It is really challenging for a person. Yeah. So what it does, this does actually on the economy, let's start with some of the recent cases like Capital Kitchen. It wasn't registered under the Uganda Security Exchange, and of course that gave people question marks on what they had really invested in was really keen. But anyway, you have to learn. You have to learn from a few instances that have happened over the years. And of course, one of the things these scams in Uganda have actually increased poverty. Someone has their 100K, they're like, you know what, let me invest in this company that has come up. If I invest 100,000, I'll get like maybe 150 at the end of 2 months or something. So imagine now it's non-existent and it disappears, and at the end of the day, you can't get your money. And of course, with the desperation that is in our there is more reasons as to why there is scam in our country, Ghana, because people want to make more money after money. You want to see your money growing from 100,000 to 100 million. So the desperation also has contributed to the scams in our country, Uganda. And of course, we have also weak enforcement laws. I mean, some people go and complain, you know what, I've been scammed, and nothing is done about it. So how about you be careful? How about you actually reason out, make research if the company that has come and it is catching fire and you're like, maybe people are investing. How about you do some research and you know if it is registered, you know if it's legible, if it's legal, even in the country, if it is known, by these different entities to be operational, so that you can actually be secure to invest. These scammers often get away with their crimes because the law enforcement is weak and, of course, corrupt. So you may think you have won. Trust me, 2 days after, people are going to be roaming around free. So you, as a person investing in those companies, are going to be losing out a lot on money when you invest in those companies. So people make research, as you can see Capital Kitchen right there. Chicken, rather, oh my goodness, it's going to confuse us with Capital Kitchen, but it's Capital Chicken. And so you see how it was paid after 5 months, and you get 19%, and the offers are unbelievable. Someone is like, oh, invest 100 million, you're going to get 200 million. Oh, you're going to get 90% profit. What is that? You have to question some things when they're telling you of the offers they can give. So really be cautious, be keen, and of course the culture of silence. The culture of silence around the scams in Uganda, and as victims are often ashamed to admit that they have been scammed. I know it could be something, you are ashamed. People are going to laugh at you at the end of the day, like, oh my goodness, how could you have invested? Nakugamba, I told you.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Things that have been happening, transparency. But of course, later on, as we proceed with the show, shall we take a look at, what is causing these scams to really be at the height. There are quite lots of factors at some point which lead to these, but of course we shall attribute these to the weak regulatory laws in there. That you're going to be surprised that for majority of you that have actually gotten a chance to attend part of these meetings for these companies, they will tell you that they have actually a certificate of incorporation, and they will have all the evidence that actually suggests that they are a very legit company. Not until you actually get to go to the back end of their operations and you really get the much more clearer picture.
It's very funny. Someone told me of someone that I invested in there. When you're investing, it's easier. They're like, oh, bring in the money. But when you're going to get it out, you are going to walk the whole of Kampala to get that money. Yeah, just a profit of 500,000 is going to make you walk.
Sure.
Walk. Yeah, because they know. They are aware of what they're doing probably is not right.
It's
so
not right, yeah.
So they're also buying time to get the money. If you're on their next, they're like, you know what, this one I tell you is tough. So I mean,
they put it somewhere else. Some actually put it in gambling related activities in the way of multiplying it, and they will assume that it's actually the business they are doing in the background that is generating those profits, yet it's somewhere else. Now matters, it only gets worse
once that activity you have injected that money in to get it back fails out and they need their money. That's when, before you know it, they actually start operating loans. We've seen this happen with crypto exchanges. For example, last year when we had the FTX, that's quite, to me, it's a huge benchmark when it comes to getting to understand how this whole aspect of give me, I put my money in a box and at the end of the day, I'm expecting a profit. Exactly.
Yes, of course we have different common scams in Uganda, and we have one of them is advance fee fraud. This is where scammers actually promise their victims large sums of money or a job in exchange for a small upfront payment. Imagine they're telling you, if you invest 100K, you're going to get 500,000. How is really that even logical? But anyway, we're going to have more of these conversations running. Today is entirely on scam in Uganda. So have you been a victim? If you've been a victim, we feel sorry because I know how it gets. You get disorganized. Your whole year is disorganized. Now people are like, how am I going to start this year? But anyway, this conversation goes on. Let's get to see what is happening into the press. Well, of course, with me, I have the Daily Monitor, and of course, making headlines is the king of Rwenzururu, and of course, return of the king. Wow. Home at last, Rwenzururu Kingdom exploded an ecstatic celebration of the Omuzinga Charles Wensley Mumbere returned home nearly 7 years after he was forced out of his palace following the devastating military raid, which left hundreds of subjects and loyal guards dead. So I saw a friend of mine actually in celebration. People have love for their king. I wish it was the same for my side, but anyway, for that case, I wouldn't have. Still in the UWA saga, the Uganda Wildlife Authority Parliament demands statement on the UWA gorilla ticket scandal. You know, there's been fraud in UWA, and of course, it's under investigation. Of course, capital chicken scam triggers police inquiry into the dodgy pyramid schemes. Yeah, we're telling you, be actually going to be telling you the red flags. So watch out. Be watching out for these very scammy companies that are coming up.
All right, now as we get into the new vision in here, we'll see something still here to do with the Ugandans losing millions in chicken scam in there, and court rules on some of a dead person's land. You will find that out. And when I go inside in here, I see a non-government organization to establish a university in Amaru, and Algerians urged to invest in value addition. That is when it comes to Uganda. And the boarding school mothers allow 15 mothers. A boarding school allows 15 mothers to study with their babies. I remember some of these actually during the COVID-19, they got pregnant, they became mothers. So the school says, come with your children, sleep with them in the dormitories, and the babies rather.
It's a whole mess. It's a whole mess in the dormitories.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also I'm seeing here teachers get one equal salaries in private government aided schools. And something here about the excitement as the Mumbere returns home. That is after 7 good years. Well, some amazing celebrations which are happening in here. And now something very interesting here for the creative arts. The members of parliament are discussing the copyright law. Well, the copyright law is now back into, to be all over the place like how it's been. Though the bigger picture is that we're waiting to when it's actually going to start to be implemented.
Of course, looking at this, banks reduce lending to real estate construction. And of course, this is a report. Bank of Uganda report has indicated that banks have tightened lending to a number of sectors, which might signal raising exposure and a high risk of default. Now, in details contained in the bank lending survey report for the fourth quarter to June, the central bank noted that during the period, banks had reported to have tightened credit standards to entities involved in building, mortgages, construction, and real estate. Yeah, for those that are going to be actually investing in real estate or mortgages, tightened. So
okay,
be aware of that. Yeah, and of course, more than 67% of vehicles on roads are not insured. That is according to the insurance authority right there. Wow, 65%. That's a lot of percentage. Why?
it's quite,
This is priority actually. If you have a car, you have to have your car insured, because you never know what is going to happen on the road.
yeah, it's all about sensitization and people getting to understand the need. That's why they need insurance.
Ugandans are just big-headed. Sensitization has been done. People just don't want to pay, don't want to start giving in extra money for that, yeah.
All right, now seeing here something here to do the Auditor General to take over the Uganda Wildlife Authority gorilla permits investigations. You'll get that further when you grab yourself a copy of the Novision. And of course, investment dreams turn to feathers as Capital Chicken closes shop. And of course, there is quite a huge discussion in here. I think it's on page 7. So when you grab that, you'll be able to see. And the youth unemployment doubles. That's according to the NPA report. The National Planning Authority has just revealed unemployment is doubling. Oh my goodness. So you got to be grateful for what you're doing out there as a youth. And not to be a victim of that doubled. And growing market spurs race for coffee growing. You know, as we see something here to do with the good coffee market prices and the government's efforts to promote, to promote it, are prompting parts of the country which were actually non-coffee growing areas in fully embrace it. You know, yeah, and the NRM Historical Sikh Livelihood Fund, and of course they can be given a chance to also engage in decision making. This is according to a report here in the new vision.
Well, of course, cybercrime, regarding cybercrime, Africa needs solid workable framework. Now, millions of African connect to the internet every year, and governments and businesses are making enormous strides in digitalization, bringing the continent into the mainstream of globalization and spurring enormous economic growth. Now, unfortunately, cybercrimes are rapidly increasing at the same pace. Now, with cybercrime has no borders, and they are different from conventional crimes. So, as we are getting more in digitalization, as we are expanding cyber, people are also being strategic. So in every, the more you grow, the more people are strategic now. They are going into the rate at which cybercrime is growing is big. So you have to look out. You have to have cyber security.
And it's a cyber awareness month.
Yeah.
Globally. Yeah.
So you gotta be cautious.
Okay, now when I get into the comment section here, I see somebody here says, why you need to have clean restrooms on your business?
Oh, very important, very important. Have you actually ever gone to a place, mostly in our areas down there, and
it's,
you just can't wait to reach home?
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I'll come back tomorrow, I think.
Yeah,
I'll come back tomorrow.
I mean, the environment really plays a lot of factors, most especially to the psychological conditioning. How somebody feels like that, when I'm in this place, I can do this, I can do this. But it's very discomforting to know that I'm in this place, but I know when I go somewhere to do some other business, it's going to be not just the best. So that's psychologically, because you need to make the place feel like home. It's your business premise, but you need to give it that homely feel, and you'll be amazed and surprised by how much people you can actually have. And recommendations also are quite key for that. And now here we see something to do with paying peanuts shouldn't have things being run by monkeys. What does that mean? When you grab yourself this copy, go read that. But I guess there is something here out there to learn deep. Okay. Now, back to World Teachers Day today, 2023. Of course, the teachers we need for education we want. Something here to do with the global imperative to reverse teacher shortage. I mean, all these are just briefs over the World Teachers Day for 2023. And somebody here says service delivery. Are we providing to citizens satisfaction? Well, that is all something key to find out.
Well, of course, Minister Radley is Ugandans to support national career, the career. And of course, Works Minister General Edward Katuma Wamala actually running Ugandans to love national career, the Ugandan Airlines. As it expands its wings, the new destination, you know, we're going to have a direct flight to Mumbai. Very soon, in a few days. We are counting down. So, really, it's good actually to actually embrace, to love your career. You're like, I'm going to Boeing, this and this, I'm using the Airbus. It's good because those guys from Dubai or from Saudi Arabia use their career. So
yeah, it's proud. I mean, it's patriotic.
Yes.
It's nationalistic, and also the business sense is also there. Nationalistic, but also business being promoted in that sort of a way, because you're giving, you're paying for, you're buying this ticket. So the airlines is making business. That is quite also key and important to look into. Now, last time the president actually had banned second-hand clothes. I'm seeing something here to do with Uganda's ban on second-hand clothes, and what should be done? Do you think it is possible to get rid of second-hand items in Uganda, most especially clothes?
Because people are entirely reliant on second-hand clothes.
Yeah, a big number of people.
A huge number of people.
Because of the pricing and and so many more.
Are not that high.
Yeah, but also there is a question in here of what will be the alternative after the total ban happens. What is the remedy?
We are going back to African print, Chitenje. Going back to having sewing our own clothes, or maybe also embracing our textile industries, because they produce good quality.
But at high cost of production, which leads to increase in the prices. So that's why majority can't afford them. Now here, lawyers urged to build relationships in society. That is key, not only just for lawyers. It's a key aspect for every profession. It's important to build relations, connections, because that we shall see progress. And what are the conditions here? Somebody is saying that what are the conditions to get access to foreign markets? You want to understand how you can access the foreign markets? Well, today's copy of the New Vision got you covered on that, and you will be able to see it, and I believe it will be quite impactful in some sort of ways. Yes, this is Smart Means Business, and of course, as we're into our press review, of course, looking at what is happening around the country, Uganda, and what is really making headlines. Like we told you, today we shall be focusing on business camps that have been happening. Now, finally, I guess here we can see farmers receive improved seeds. Yeah, this is in Luwero. This is where this report is actually coming in from. You can grab yourself and get to see how that is. And now from the Bunyoro side of the community news, a call for calm as Omukama's health sparks controversy. See that as you get that. And Ginger City marks Mahatma Gandhi Day. Wow, so interesting. And in Bukedi, we see here government has been urged to work on health systems, yes, to attract and retain medics. So, work on the health systems to attract more medics. Actually, probably the facilities, the outlook of the facilities can influence the rate at which somebody may really desire to pursue that. All right, now finally, Uganda still burdened by the curse. It was what? daily monitors used. Yeah, I don't know what I should say. But anyway, a carton close borders, you can still see that, and you'll be able to, yeah. Then I think let me wind up with this. As Pope opens church meeting amid tensions with conservatives. Yeah, that is it for our press review. And of course, it's 27 past 7. Smart Means Business. It's the 5th of October. It's a Thursday, still in the first week of this very month. But of course, still to remind you that all these conversations on the show are proudly brought to you by Zabo, which is a platform from Alltex. And this just made your trading experience much more easy and friendly. Now, as we speak, the markets will be opening today at exactly 8:15 a.m. and run up to 8:15 rather. They'll open at 8:15 a.m., run up to 3:15 p.m. That is East African time, or something effective Monday up to Friday. Apart from the weekends, the public holidays when these markets cannot be accessed. But that's not the deal here. At least you have the rest of the day still make money. That's something which I believe it's key and important when it comes to your financial growth and development as an individual. So Zabo made this a reality for you. There is no excuse. That's why you shouldn't own bonds and securities in such an era. Because this is the new normal we're talking about. And I can guarantee you it will be able to prosper. That's why Zabo boldly comes out and tells you that it's my money, it's my future. And Alltex East Africa tells you that you need to do something new for yourself. Remember, it is 2023. Well, at this point in time, SMB takes a break, and international news updates and Caribbean East Africa coming up next.